John had always been a dreamer. As a child, he spent hours poring over maps and imagining all the places he could explore. But as he grew older, he found himself caught up in the daily grind of work and responsibility. He had a good job, a nice apartment, and plenty of friends, but he couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to life than what he was experiencing. One day, John had an epiphany. He realized that he didn't have to keep living his life on autopilot. He could break free from the routine and embark on the adventure he had always dreamed of. And so, he decided to take a year off work and travel across the United States on his bike. John had been an avid cyclist for years, but he had never attempted anything like this before. He spent months researching and preparing, gathering the necessary gear and studying the routes he would take. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but he was determined to see it through. In January, John flew to Barrow, Alaska, the northernmost point of the United States. It was the dead of winter, and the temperatures were well below freezing. But John was undeterred. He donned his warmest gear, strapped his bags to his bike, and set off into the snowy wilderness. The first few days were brutal. John had to battle fierce winds and icy roads, and he struggled to keep warm despite his layers of clothing. But as he pedaled through the pristine wilderness, he felt a sense of exhilaration he had never experienced before. He was completely alone, with nothing but his bike and the vast expanse of nature around him. As John made his way down the west coast, he encountered all sorts of challenges. He rode through treacherous mountain passes, battled mechanical failures, and struggled to find food and water in remote areas. But he also experienced moments of pure joy and wonder, like when he saw the northern lights dancing in the sky or when he stumbled upon a hidden waterfall in the middle of the forest. Along the way, John met countless people who had inspired him with their kindness and generosity. He stayed in strangers' homes, shared meals with friendly locals, and even had a chance encounter with a group of fellow bikers who became his companions for several days. Despite the hardships, John never lost sight of his goal. He pushed himself to the limit and finally reached his destination in Key West, Florida, 6 months after he began his journey. He had covered over 6,000 miles on his bike, traversing mountains, deserts, forests, and coastlines. He had seen the country in a way few people ever had, and he had proven to himself that he was capable of achieving anything he set his mind to. John's solo bike trip had taught him many things. He had learned to trust in his own abilities, to embrace uncertainty and challenge, and to appreciate the beauty of the world around him. He had also discovered a newfound sense of purpose and clarity about what he wanted in life.